it's Ms. V, and this is Mandy. Welcome back to Draw With Me. Today we will be drawing some animals. So go ahead and pause the video here while you and I both get our art boxes and our supplies. See you soon. Alright, you guys, are you ready to start? So the first animal that we're going to be making today is a snail. So I went ahead and I did a pre-sketch already just to make sure that it looked pretty good for you guys. So the first thing we're going to do is going to be a big circle. If your circle is not perfectly circular, that is okay, because animals are organic and they're not perfectly geometric, so that means that it could be a little bit oddly shaped. After we do our circle, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the slug. So we're going to do the back part of the slug, like the little tail, and then we're going to do the front part. We're going to come in here, we're going to go up and curl the little slug in like this. We're going to go ahead and add a spiral to the shell of our snail. I'm going to do 2 lines here for the eyeballs with 2 little circles on top where the eyes are going to go. From there, we're going to fill in the little pupils of the eyeballs. And then we're going to make a little smile. It's a happy little slug, happy little snail. We're going to cap our marker and we're going to color him. So today we're going to be using crayons, color pencils, and markers. Nothing crazy, nothing super fancy. I think I'm going to do my slug from the snail red orange. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color it in nice and even. And the front part. And then I don't know what color I want to do my shell. I think I'm going to go with a little bit of yellow and maybe a little bit of orange. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trace my spiral a little bit. Just like that, just a spiral. And then I'm going to color the rest of my shell yellow. I wanted to add that orange just so that it wasn't one color and it added a little bit more detail. I think I broke my crayon. It's okay though. Broken crayon still works. Peel it a little. Put the broken part there. Just use the broken other half. You take your time and fill in all your white spots. And there you go. Happy little snail. For our next animal, we are going to be making a duck. So, this is a little bit harder than their last animal. We're going to draw an oval. So, I went ahead, when I drew my duck, I did it with the pencil and then I did some erasing. Just like in class, I'm going to do the inside part with the pencil because I can't erase marker. So I'll stop where I erase. So we're going to do a big oval. And then technically the oval has to finish here. But we're going to erase that part in a second. And then we're going to do did I call this a circle? I meant an oval. And then we're going to do a circle for the head. And then technically you're supposed to close it here, but we're going to erase that part. So go ahead and erase this part because this is going to be our head meeting our body for our duck. And here, we're going to add a little backward C or like a parenthesis that goes that way. And from there, we're going to add the upper part of our bill and then the bottom part of our bill. And we're going to go ahead and erase that part of the circle that would be here. From here, that's like the most complicated it gets. Since we erase those parts, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add an eyeball here and leave a little white spot for the eye. I'm going to add a little bit of hair at the top of my duckling. We need a tail, so it's going to be a little bit of a soft triangular shape here. It doesn't come to a sharp point like most triangles. We're going to round it off there. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw our wing. And our duckling is missing feet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a backwards L with a very long bottom like so. And then we're going to do the back part of the foot. We're going to go like that. And most ducklings have 3 webbed toes. So we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, and 3. So we have 1 foot. Now the other one is going to be a little bit behind this one. So we're going to go big L there. Backwards L, I mean. And you're going to do the back part of the foot. And you're going to stop right there because it's behind this 4-foot. And then we're going to web the toes. And we can't see the other toe on this side because it's behind that foot. And there you go. We have our duck. So for our duckling, I'm going to take an orange crayon and I'm going to color his bill orange. And I'm going to color his feet orange as well. Make sure you cover all your little white spots. And our duckling is going to be yellow. So I'm going to color his tail and his little tuft of hair and his head. And his body. And there you go, our little duck. For our next one, we're going to be, I'm going to move Mr. Rogers over a little bit. For our next one, we're going to do an elephant. So, I'm going to move my paper around. And I'm going to put my paper portrait, because my elephant's going to go up and down. Or vertical. So our elephant gets a little tricky around the trunk area. But we're going to go slowly and we're going to try our best. Ready? So we're going to draw a circle that stops right there. We do the other half. And it stops right there. We're going to do the ears, which are big ovals that stop there. And the next one stops there. Now we're going to do the big belly. So we're going to go big circle all the way around and all the way around. Technically, this goes here, but we're going to erase that part in a little bit. Next, we're going to bring down the trunk. And now the tricky part about elephant trunks is that it starts off wide and then it kind of gets narrow towards the end. Once you're done drawing your trunk, you can go ahead and erase that line that's by the trunk. That way it looks like the trunk is in the foreground of that belly. That's a good word to learn, foreground of a drawing. We're going to draw two little eyes. We're just going to do a little dot and a little dot. We're going to do the tusks here, because elephants have tusks. And now we're missing the feet. So we're going to start off with the first one and we're going to go down. They have really wide feet. That goes like that. And the toenails, they have two. We do the next foot. And we're going to do one toenail, two toenails. Now for the hind legs. We're going to do a little rectangle at the bottom, at the back. And we can only see part of that foot, so we're only going to do one toenail. And then for the next one, we're going to do it this way on this side. And then we're going to do the toenail. And that's our elephant. So I'm going to stop and take a break for a second because I realized the last video was missing a big chunk of the video, and that is because my camera only records 20 minutes at a time, and I kept going and hadn't realized that my video had stopped recording. So I'm going to take a break, reset the camera, and we're going to pick up and start coloring our elephant. See you in a bit. Welcome back. We're going to start coloring our elephant. We're going to go use markers this time. We're going to use a gray. And we're going to fill in our ears. Fill in all of your little white spots. Let's do the feet next, but we're going to leave the toenails white. We're going to do the belly next. Now, to cover more space when you're coloring with markers, instead of doing the very tip of it, you can lean it sideways a little because it's like cone shaped a little bit. So if you go on the side, you can make a thicker line. So instead of going thin, you can go thick. Same marker, you just go thin line is straight up and down. If you want a thick line, you can go sideways. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill in with it sideways. And then last but not least, we're going to color our elephant's head. Practice coloring by going in the same direction, and you can create really cool texture when the marker starts overlapping a little bit. And there's our elephant. Our next animal is going to be a fox, a red fox. These are one of my favorite animals. We're going to move our paper so that it is also vertical. And I'm going to take my black marker to start tracing my sketch. So the very first thing we're going to do is going to be the head. So for the fox, the head shape is a little bit, when we're drawing it, it's a little bit like a football on the side. So we're going to go curve up and then the bottom part of a football, like so. Then we're going to draw the rest of the face. So we're going to put a line here that starts on this corner, and we're going to bring it down to the middle. We're going to do the same on this side. So it's going to divide the face into three parts. We're going to draw a little upside down triangle here for the nose, and an oval here, and an oval here on the other side for its eyes. We're going to follow it by drawing two ears. So we're going to do ear 1 and ear 2, almost like triangles but without a fine point. It's going to have a rounded top. Our next part is going to be the chest area, which tends to be a little furry. And we're going to bring it down. It's going to be like a leaf, those philodendron leaves that we drew in class in the beginning of the year that are nice and thick and wide. So we bring it down to a point. We're going to draw the legs. We're going to start here, not right at the middle, like a little bit to the side. We're going to bring it down and kind of make like a little boot and bring it back up. We're going to come down on this side too. Sorry, I started on the other side. I'm going to start here, do the same but the opposite direction, and we're going to bring the little boot on the opposite direction, and then we're going to go up. Just like that. How's everyone doing so far? Next, we're going to go here to do the little belly part. We're going to come around. We're going to stop and pick it up in the middle. Stop and pick it up on the other side and come up. And the last thing we need for our fox is the tail. And it's a very long oval. And we're going to add some zigzag lines here for the tail. And there you go. We have our fox. So our fox, we're going to color it in. And we already did our eyes and nose black. So with the same marker, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in his legs because they're black. I'm going to take a red orange and I'm going to use color pencil because we haven't used that yet today. Let's see if I can find a red orange. This one doesn't have a name. Let's see. We have salmon. We have red. I think this is a good red orange. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill in. I think it's more red than red orange. I knocked into the camera, but it seems okay. All right. It's a little bit more on the red side than the red orange. But the cool thing about color pencils is that you can go ahead and color it with one color and then you can layer and overlap another color on top of it and create that new color. So I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring this part with the red orange and the bottom part of the tail. Or would this be considered the top part? And the ears and the other ear and the top part of the face will be red. All right, so now I'm going to take this orange and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer that orange. And I know last video we spoke about scumbling. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scumble just to make sure that I cover all my area. And the other side. And then finally this last part. And there you go. A beautiful red fox. Our last animal is going to be a seahorse. I really, really love seahorses. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try a seahorse. We're going to put our paper vertical again. And I went ahead and I did a pre-sketch of this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our black marker, or our pencil first, and we're going to draw the face first. So you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw a little C like that. And I'll go slowly for this one because it has a lot of detail. So you're going to go and you're going to curve around from the top part and you're going to follow like so. So it goes almost like a wavy line, but a very soft wavy line. And that's going to be the top part of our face. At the bottom, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to come up and we're going to go like that to get that snout. And then we're going to come down one. And we're going to connect this part of the bottom of the face with the top part by doing little webbed lines. From here, we're going to do a very narrow oval at the very top of the snout. And for the eye, we're going to go do a circle. And we're going to do another circle inside. And we're always going to leave like a little white spot. But we're going to fill it in like that. All right. So we're going to work on the belly now. So the belly is going to come down, and they have little big pouchy bellies. So we're going to come down and we're going to curve and go all the way into the tail. So I will go slowly. We're going to go in a little. We're going to go out for the belly. And we're going to come down. And then we're going to spiral into the tail like so. Almost like a very lazy S, I would say. Like it's kind of like you're making, it's like you started off with the fancy bottom for an S and then you came up and you're like, forget it. After that, we're going to go not completely to the top of the top fin of the, this is the fin, top of the head. Like somewhere here between this web and that web, we're going to start and we're going to come down. And we're going to finish and follow along the bottom part of our tail. And we're going to come around and finish it there. From here, we're going to go up and we're going to make the dorsal fin. And we're going to add little lines to the webbing to add some detail. We're going to add some detail to the belly. So not the first, from the bottom to the top. It's not on the first web and it's not on that second web. In the middle, you're going to pick up your pencil and draw the line. And we're going to kind of softly follow the shape of our belly all the way to where our tail starts. And here, from that first line we made to this one we just made, we're just going to make little lines that connect. And we're going to angle them up just a little so that it looks like this. We're going to do one last thing on our seahorse, and we're going to, at the very top, we're going to add the webbing for our fin here. I'm not quite sure what it's called. I'm going to follow it and finish it right where the tail starts. And at every single one of these points, you're going to bring down a line that meets the body. Notice how when I got to this big dorsal fin, I stopped and then I kept going here. And there you go. We have a seahorse. Maybe we can get a green marker and we can practice that sideways coloring with marker, and we can give our seahorse some kelp to hang out with. It's almost like the blades of grass that we've drawn in the classroom when we're drawing grass. Some parts thicker, some parts thinner. Now we're going to color our seahorse. So I think I'm going to make his belly pink. I'm going to grab a crayon and I'm going to go ahead and color that belly pink. I think I'm going to do a purple body. Purple is one of my favorite colors. This one is blue violet, so it's got a little bit of a blue tint to this purple. I'm coloring nice and hard so that the crayon color pops. Once I'm done with the body, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find a different kind of purple. Let's see. What kind of purple is this one? Ooh, it's a lighter purple. So I'm going to color this part. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color this fin pink as well so that it kind of matches the belly. And I'm going to take the body purple and I'm going to do the face as well. If at any point I went way too fast, you can go ahead and you can pause the video at the different parts. You could take your time drawing any of these animals. There is no rush. But if you do get a chance to draw these animals, I would love to see them. You could take a picture of your artwork and you can share it below in the comment section. And I'll be looking out for them and I'll make a nice comment. I miss you guys so much. And that's our seahorse. I'm just going to add some water. The same way we did with the leprechaun, where we went ahead and we peeled a little bit of our crayon. We're going to lay it on its side. And then we're just going to color in a little bit. Just so it looks like it's underwater. Oops. I keep moving the camera today, you guys. Get in the little crevices. Get in behind the scalp a little. And there you go. Our seahorse is done. I had so much fun drawing with you guys today. Before we finish though, I'd love to talk about Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers was an American TV personality, and he created and hosted a show called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was around from 1968 to 2001. In fact, the first couple of episodes were in black and white. He taught me a lot about kindness and understanding and loving our neighbor. You can check out his episodes of his show on Netflix, I believe, and there's some on Amazon Prime. I'll put in some links in the comment section of this video. Or you can watch Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, which was inspired by Mr. Rogers' show in the Make-Believe Land, on pbskids.org or on PBS Channel 11. It was great coloring with you guys and drawing with and having you guys draw along with me. I can't wait till my next video. See you guys next time.